No.
Yeah, and
No,
also I
please.
was with my best friend.
Experienced this kind of reaction after the infidelity and the corn addiction. The lusting, the talking to several other women is exposed. On Discovery Day, this is actually a very normal response for men to make, and I want to talk about it a bit. This is going to be a very controversial opinion, so if you're going to be triggered, I'm giving you fair warning that this is going to be triggering. And I want to preface this by saying, in no way am I justifying men's behavior with this, but I am going to offer this insight as a way to understand that this response is something in the brain and why it happens. Before your man is caught, before you've even met him, this addiction has been going on for a very long time. And in a lot of ways, it is shame. Some men are very proud of it and very open about it, but for some men, it's very shameful. And they're not talking to you about it. They're keeping this hidden because they want to appear to be the perfect man to you. They know you want a monogamous relationship. They know you want fidelity. And so they've lied to you, believing themselves, lying to themselves that they can commit and offer that to you, taking their addiction and putting it down. But without doing serious recovery work, that's just not possible. And that is why they're lying to themselves when they tell you that. So over time in your relationship, eventually stress occurs and they go back to their habitual ways. They go back to these very toxic behavior patterns because there's security, there's reassurance, there's comfort. Essentially, it's their best friend. And when corn spirals out of control, it usually ends up in infidelity. When everything is brought to the light on Discovery Day and you confront your partner about it and they react this way, I believe that this is a trigger point, because in their brain, they have believed that this is two opposite sides of them, two different worlds, and that they can keep these worlds separate. And in this moment of discovery, there's no denying it. They can't deny it because these worlds collide and they come together. And the fact of the matter is, until they are in a monogamous relationship, up until this point, this way of living has worked for them. This has been a survival mechanism. So when the survival mechanism clashes in their brain, this causes a breakdown, almost like a panic attack. And so the no is a reaction to that, in not denying it necessarily to you. There is that denial to you. It's a denial of themselves and conflicting that those two worlds have just collided. Denial is a very, very big aspect of recovery. A lot of men have denied a lot of different things up until this point. Denied that they're an addict, denied that they can't put it down, denied that they have a lust problem, denied sometimes even deeper root issues than that. And so a lot of the times when they're in a long-term recovery program, they are going to work on denial. For a lot of women, when they're first discovering this, maybe a few weeks or even months out, sometimes a year, they've experienced some of that denial. They're starting to see the trickle effect with it. That's where the trickle truth comes out, and just realizing over time, wow, that was something wrong that I did. I need to bring that to light. Or you start to dig deeper and then they realize that, oh, that is something I denied. So definitely something to think about. It's not that they are, this may or may not be, in some cases, a manipulation tactic, though. A lot of women say, you know what you did, you know what you were doing the whole time. But again, there was this fake, almost fantasy like behavior of separating the two lives. They got to be one life with you and they got to be the other life on this side. And they really thought that they could keep it separate, almost like a Jekyll and Hyde thing. I can shut the door on this life, and then when I open the door of this life, I'm a completely different person, disregarding that this person actually exists, that this person is toxic, that this person is spiraling out of control, just denying that this person actually exists. So again, when you bring it to light and those two worlds collide, there's no denying it at that point, and they realize they have been caught, but also that they themselves have reached the end of that road. That survival mechanism isn't going to work anymore. And so what do they do after that? It is good for women not to be manipulated by this, and for women to identify exactly what it is for what it is, and to set very firm boundaries going forward, because your partner will continue to deny until they get the actual recovery and help that they need.